Hey everyone, and welcome to week 24 of the OLED burn-in test. So as with the last few tests, what we'll do is we'll start with the details of hours used and refreshes on the actual panel itself. So if I just get the pointer, as you can see from UTT just at the bottom here, the panel has now had 1026 hours worth of use. And the mini refreshers, which is the OFFRS, is 194. So that's how many times it's had 4 or more hours of consecutive use, which is when the actual mini refresher kicks in, and it's had 1 manual pixel refresher. So what I'll do is just exit out of this and we'll restart the burn-in test itself. Right, and whilst that's running, as always, I'll just quickly run through usage for the past week. So once again, it has primarily been gaming, with some movie viewing as well as a little bit of football, but not much in the past week. Mainly a couple of TV shows, and I think we've had maybe 2 or 3 movies at night. But basically towards the end of the week, we've been celebrating Eid here in the UK and obviously worldwide as well. So because of that, basically we were not really watching much TV. My son was mainly using it for gaming, and once again it's been mainly Fortnite. So for all of those out there that basically are asking about the scenario where they play one particular type of game for many hours a day, this is the prime example of that. So this TV primarily is used for Fortnite by my son, at the moment anyway. Obviously throughout, depending on what time of the year is, different sports kick in, and we'll have different usage. And also once things return back to normal and some of the TV series restart filming, then obviously we'll have a lot more mixed usage. At the moment, basically it's generally my son will use it throughout the day. I might use it for maybe a couple of YouTube videos here and there if I want to actually use the 4K, and generally at night we'll use it for a couple of one movie a night or something like that. But most of that's literally just streaming. Obviously there's not a lot of new movies coming out right now in terms of blockbusters, so because of that, any movies that we do watch tend to be just either Netflix, Prime, something like that. So there's not a lot of mixed content currently, and it's mainly gaming that it's actually being used for. And as you can see with, if I just point out, so in Fortnite all of your HUDs are basically in this kind of area here, and you have, I think the map is top right, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure there's something down bottom right as well. But in the top left you have the characters. You also have a little, it's like a sort of info overlay with the ping times and upload and download speeds. So those are on all the time. I don't think there's any way of actually turning those off. And obviously, as you can see from this, as it goes through all the colors, and even the sort of grayscale as it's going through that, I've seen a lot of more so burn-in tests that were done on LG CXs or C10s, and they seem to be suffering quite a lot from dirty screen effect, and in particular banding. And obviously one of the bigger channels, the tech giant, he's shown quite a lot where he's got a big patch on his left hand side, and then he's got a little patch down here as well. Obviously with this TV, as it cycles out of black onto grey and then onto white, you can see that this panel is extremely clean. Very little banding, if anything. To the naked eye there's nothing that is noticeable, and even through the camera where sometimes it will pick up more so than what you actually see to the eye, even then there's nothing that I've seen when I've watched them back that is of any concern or would be an issue. So in terms of the panel, all good. I'm just trying to think if I've had any issues or anything like that. One thing I have done in the meantime is I have actually changed the PS4, so that's now going directly into the TV. So that's on HDMI 1, and obviously the beauty of the C9 and the C10s is the fact that you have 4 2.1 ports. Obviously the C10s isn't full bandwidth, and that's been discussed no end. So but either way, it means that you get all the features of basically gaming, all your VRR, ALLM, and all the rest of them. You get the full option through no matter which port you go through. So essentially you could have, with this current setup, you could have 5 different devices connected to it. So you got 3 directly connected to the TV. You're then using 1 port for ARC or eARC from the TV, and then obviously my soundbar has two inputs on it as well. So obviously that gives you a lot of flexibility, but I only tend to use 2. But basically this week I was doing a bit of tidying up with some of the cabling. As you might just notice down at the bottom there, there's now 2 little conduits for the actual trunking for the cabling, and basically what I've done is I've moved the power for the TV up rather than having it in the media console. And the reason for that was now I can pull the TV out and push it back in without it actually being restricted by the short power cable that's actually connected to the TV and is hardwired. So that's one thing that I did do, where PS4 now goes directly into the TV. The one downside is, for some reason, I've not been able to get the control working in the same way, where you can use the remote control to actually control the TV. And I think it's kind of weird, but when I set it with the remote to actually enable it, usually that ends up disabling it. I'll go into that in another video, but essentially that's the only real change, and that's it.